Mic check, mic check. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm muted or?
Yeah, oh.
Alright, so I'm muted.
Hello, folks. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Zales,
And I'm Diamond,
and
and we
we
are the Carbon
Carbon
Couple.
Couple. How you doing?
How are y'all doing? Hey, Adele.
Welcome back. This is the Denounced podcast, where we are the most denounced. The podcast where we kill our idols. And wow, lately we have been doing a lot of idol killing. We've been just killing time being idle. Hope everyone's doing good. Thank you for being here. Hello, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
So today we're gonna have a kind of slow news day. It's been kind of chill. We've been chilling. I've been very busy. I know last week we were here talking about how I left my job at T-Mobile, and today I started a new job. I'm not gonna say where because I don't want people looking up where I'm working and stuff like that. I also am awaiting an offer from a second job. Uh, did an interview on Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
so between and then I went yesterday to go shoot something with with my with my friend. So filming videos, and I've been fulfilling art requests and trying to still do my creative stuff while starting a new job and looking for a second job. So man's busy. Man's is busy. Yo, hello, folks. Gonna wait for a little bit more people to join us before we start going extra hard. Let some more folks from the community join us.
Let me text Jay.
Oh yeah,
Let's
text
Jay.
them, text the guy, text the Mukies.
Let's text them.
If you want to be the Mukie, you have to be the slime. Which means, well, I think Adele is a Mukie, right? She's one of the Mukies.
She's one of the Mukies. She be the slime.
Is that what we're gonna call people? The Mukies instead of Gems and Jewels like we were supposed to?
Well, Gems and Jewels is from my channel.
Oh. So for this Carbon Couple thing,
I guess the Mukies, yeah.
They're just the Mukies.
What is it for your channel? The Destroyers?
Nah.
The Zealots?
Hey. The Destroyers sound pretty good. That's like a fucking... That's a gang from the Warriors. I think that's what the Warriors were before they were the Warriors. Or that's where Cleon was. He was part of the Destroyers before he was part of the Warriors. Yo, if y'all know the movie The Warriors from like 1976, yo, put a W in the chat. I want to see.
Put a W in the, you know what? I'm gonna put a W in the chat.
Warriors come out to play.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Adele.
Yes, thanks. usually takes a couple minutes for everybody to get in here.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have some new folks in here from
the video that we seen earlier.
Yes, we're gonna talk about that today.
There's probably gonna be people from her community in here that's gonna want to know.
And they're all welcome. Everybody's welcome.
But they're gonna want to know about what happened with the second, like after the second video, since I put it in the chat.
Oh, look at that.
They're gonna want to know about that.
I wanna know what's going on.
Yeah, I wanna know. Just been jamming. Yeah, I've been jamming with Scuttlebutt all day. All day. And it was hella fun. It was one point where it was just me and Scuttlebutt for hours just jamming.
Yo, people are hitting up the video. Hopefully they see the post. So you know what? Actually, I'm gonna copy this
and put it in the community.
And then I'm going to create a post, and then I'm going to tag a video. Bang. No, URL. There you go. Select. Oh, what the? Okay.
Oh, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going so hard, right, Courtney? She was in class earlier, just wiggling in her seat, just listening to the jams that Scuttlebutt was putting on.
Okay. Mic check, mic check. Okay, we are back.
Oh, I literally just wrote in the chat. We're trying to figure out what happened. I literally just wrote that. But yeah, we're back.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't. We don't. We don't hear any beeps.
Yeah. Do you guys still hear the beeps?
Cause like we got the speakers on. I hope that
She said it's all good.
it's all good in the hood. Gonna switch up the visuals. All right. Yeah, no, I think it's really crazy. Like a lot of people been talking about. Like I haven't watched the video, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with Britney Renner. She's the girl who she dated. I don't know who the fuck she dated.
She dated a basketball player.
But she dated a basketball player who was like she got his kid now and
fairly young guy too. I think he's
Yeah.
like 20, 21 or something like that.
So like she was on I forget whatever I don't know what show Academics is on, DJ Academics, but there was an interview that she had with him and she was, she kind of like went off about like, you know, like her baby father, like I guess wanting to be with her. And so like I don't know, I've been hearing this argument a lot, like, oh, if a woman is willing to lay down with a if a man is willing to lay down with a woman, you know what I'm saying, like he should take everything that comes with that, which is true, like, yeah, but like these women are solely preying on the fact that men are looking for companionship and love, where they, now it's like, oh, you had a baby with me, now it's like now deal with it, and it's just like.
But he's also very naive in himself because she did shit.
Yeah, no, she let it be known.
It wasn't a secret.
But that's the thing. I think like what Academics and everybody else said, they were like, no, everybody is holding him accountable. But you have literally have gone out and publicly said, oh, nah, I'm out looking for this type of situation. So Britney Renner she was a former college athlete, I think a track star, and she became like a socialite, an IG model, and she became kind of popular amongst like certain circles. She dated a couple different rappers. I don't know who she dated, if it's Future or somebody else, or whatever. But she was recently in a relationship with another athlete. He was an up and coming like college like basketball star. And so they had a baby, and now like she been going around saying a stepdaddy season and like disparaging the young man, and it's like, I mean, it was no secret kind of woman she was. You know what I'm saying? Like, homie stepped into a big pile of shit with that. But I think it's also this whole celebrity thing. Like, if you're on the come up, you don't want to be with nobody who's like, I guess, not clouded up or whatever. But this shit is so stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure he could have found, because she looked like somebody we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying she a bad looking girl, but she's not like anything particularly special. Plus, she never looks like herself. You know what I'm saying? She looks like a completely different person made up, and then when she's not wearing makeup, she looks like a completely different girl.
Even made up, like she looks like different people.
Yeah, because
made up.
Because it's always a look. It's always like I don't know. This whole socialite world that we live in now, I think it's fucking disgusting. Nobody should be paying attention to these people. They have no like. If she was like running track and gaining medals and like doing her sport, it'd be different. But Adele and Courtney, consider yourself lucky for have never heard of her, never hearing of her. But yeah, there's like, I guess like, with the different sides of Twitter, you have the different, you have the different facets out there. Like, you have the people who talk about like the drama between certain YouTubers. You have people who just discussing like the bigger, like certain genres, like certain topics. Like, so a lot of people who talk about the Britney Renner topic speak a lot on like relationship kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they react to red pill content all the time because it's like it's different things, but because Aber and Preach even spoke of Britney Renner. Playback talked about Britney Renner. Jamari talked about Britney Renner. A couple different people. Yeah, it's an insidious, like these young women, with the hot girl summer, all that type of shit. They want to like align themselves with like successful men. Like Saweetie, she said, "What 8-figure nigga? That's my type." Right? But look how she talk about how she treat a nigga. Like she really was like, "Oh, Quavo gon' like bring another nigga in for a threesome," and it's just like this nigga make like 20 times your bread. You better shut the fuck up, like before he replace. And this is the thing: these women are like, "Oh, I get it. You're a fan of Saweetie's music. Be a fan of Saweetie's music, but don't act like they ain't other rappers who are bigger than her who have been doing this a longer time, who have a bigger fan base." It's like, on some real shit, who the fuck listen to Saweetie? Any of y'all bought a Saweetie album? Crystal, you got some Saweetie bumping in? You got some Saweetie out? Want some Saweetie? Saweetie. We ain't even bought a Saweetie meal.
Right. I didn't even know she even had a meal until one day the fucking sauces came and said Saweetie on it. I'm like, hey, she got a McDonald's meal.
I think this whole notion, like the way that like Love and Hip Hop has made like relationships, like especially in the in the sphere of like people of color, I feel it does like a real fucking injustice. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of people are looking at like our black and brown women in such a fucking like objectified way. They're just so hypersexualized. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yep.
There's plenty of black and Hispanic women who don't like participate in that type of behavior. Not saying that a woman who does is not like worthy of love, but like, why are we fucking like? Why are we rewarding that type of behavior now? Like we don't reward cheating ass niggas who beat women and like deal drugs. Like we shouldn't, so.
Wow.
It's so many girls want to be the Kardashians, and I get the whole wanting to be bossed up and being an influencer and making everybody like, because everybody wants to look like a Kardashian. Like a lot of these are not, but a whole bunch of girls. I think it's a fucking horrible problem. You know what I'm saying? Because like on some real shit, you look at pictures of Kim from back in the day. She wasn't gonna look the way she does now.
Yeah, that's all bought.
Yeah, without And so I just think that it's this whole socialite, this whole Paris Hilton. I want to be rich and famous, but not really have a talent.
Yeah.
I just want to be known for like being me, which I get. Like personalities do become like renowned and people are idolized. But like back in the day, like people were idolized for the things that they did. People liked the Beatles because of the music they made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think the Beatles would have the same effect now, just being the Beatles?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
they all need to look perfect, right? They all need to go to the gym. They all need to do all these. Like we expect so much perfection from celebrities, but there's no content. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. I think it's nuts. I think it's nuts. It's insane the way just the world is. Everybody thinks they're entitled to shit. And it's I've been in the can 20 years. It entitles me to earn. It entitles you to shit. In my book, you get points for staying out of the can. But wow. Let's see here. Let me look at the stats. We got 3 people watching there.
5 likes.
Sorry for yawning, folks. I'm tired. I went to work pretty early. I got here.
Yeah, he got here late last night from doing this video thing.
Oh my lord. I be going like I be burning the candle at both ends. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Oh, I think the beeps came from here.
Oh.
Okay. All right, just making sure everything was.
Now, were you here for last week's episode?
What we were talking about
T-Mobile and how one of our friends helped him get the job there.
You know, I haven't spoken to him since I left.
Yeah.
He hasn't reached out to me, no nothing. Ever since I told him, like, yo, I'm about to give him my 2 weeks. I haven't heard from him, no nothing.
No.
The days I was hitting him up, he was with Mills, like at the governor's ball shit, which is alright, you know what I'm saying. But after that, like, dude never got back to me. So I have we have this friend. He's the one who helped me find the job.
T-Mobile. So we're gonna give a little bit of a rundown of what happened last week's Denounced podcast. Adele, I'm not quite sure if you were there, or if you were even there when we were telling the story. I don't know like what you heard if you were there, but we're gonna give a little bit of a rundown, just a little bit, and then we're gonna go into the stories.
Yeah.
So basically, we were talking about how this friend of ours has been trying to get ZALES into T-Mobile for a minute now. ZALES was actually hired years ago, prior to this time when he actually worked. Okay. So he was hired before. He didn't actually start working. The guy that he spoke with didn't even know who he was after a while. I don't know what that was about. And then he eventually does this process again or whatever, and he actually gets in and starts actually working. So he got hired twice from the same company, but didn't start officially working until the second time that he got hired, which is so stupid. But
it's all right, Nat. How you doing?
Hey, Natalie. Welcome.
So basically, I was hired before, but never actually officially started working. Same dude hired me. He was a manager at that point. Years later, the pandemic happens. I decided at the worst possible time for a career change, and so that left me unemployed for most of the pandemic. I did find a job temporarily with the census, and luckily, I was able to like keep afloat. But then I realized, unemployment is going to end soon, and I didn't want to have to I knew the job market was going to be super like filled up and competitive. So I was like, yo, let me find somewhere where I can get it in now, so I can ensure that I have money beyond the unemployment cutoff date. Being responsible. So I still had a couple weeks. This guy told me, yo, you'll be able to make just as much money as you do on your unemployment working for us, plus that because you'll be getting commissions. He sweetened up the deal. I was like, all right, whatever. If you're because he's a friend, an old friend. I'm like, yo, at this point right now, I need it, but are you sure Are you sure that I'm going to make more, make equivalent or more to what I have now? He said, yeah, whatever. Okay. Talked about commissions. Talked about really like what won me over was the commissions.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity to make more money, he said, as long as I met sales goals, which were never clarified to me, whatever. So I never got a commission check. The 4 months I was working there basically. So there's a couple problems there. We're just like the expectations that were that I were given, for the job, they weren't meeting them. The training was fine, whatever. Letting them know about my commute, it was like he was just like, oh, I've had to commute, kind of thing, you know. I think that's one of those things where it shows people are not flexible. Where it's like, oh, I did this, so I don't give a fuck what you did. That's what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm expected to commute to work. I get that if I'm hired, but if I express to you, yo, the commute might be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Even then, like the first week, I'm like, yo, I'm taking, because they were short staffed. I'm taking cabs to work to make sure I get there on time because nobody's answering the phones or whatever. You know. Eventually, I got there when I got there, or I left here. But I'll leave here at a decent time. But then, what really started to rub me the wrong way was the way that the manager who hired me, who was now a franchisee, was speaking about like the employees there. He would always degrade them. He would always not degrade them, but he would always he would never recognize the effort that they were putting in. So like there was one day during the training, he was talking about like, oh, we have to close sales and go above and beyond and whatever, and he was asking like, what's everybody's problem here, with the sales or whatever. Like he wasn't asking like, oh, what are you having struggles with? You know what I'm saying? He's like, what's the problem with, so like the way you phrase things is very condescending, and then not recognizing the fact that like I, who was new, was picking up phones from other stores to transfer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm going above and beyond. So you never recognize that, but you recognize all the shortcomings. You know what I'm saying? And then they didn't recognize that people were coming from the Bronx to get to where out because I was traveling outside of the city to go to work, and it was a 2-hour commute, and so 2-hour commute every day, one way, yeah. So that's 4 hours plus 8-hour workday, and I didn't have the one of the reasons I wasn't feeling the job. I was never allowed to take a break. Like you're like everybody, you're legally, if you work more than 6 hours, I don't give a fuck where you work, you're entitled to a break. You file a 1099 or whatever, you do your own business, that's your business. You want to work more than 8 hours a day and not take a break, that's your business. But I hate when jobs feel like they can clock you over your breaks, over your this, over your that. No, fuck out my face. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like the job I started today, because they're like, yo, listen, do not work over your break. I understand sometimes, like, whatever, but you take your break because they will not pay you. So you will be giving them an hour for free. Take your break.
Oh, it's an hour break that you get?
Yeah, for like a 50-minute break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's
that's
good.
That's dope.
That's good. Compared to most jobs, it's only 30 minutes and shit.
Yeah, but I'll probably get like 45. I don't know what exactly I'll get because I work in a different department or whatever. But so with that stuff going on, he was not cognizant of the way he came across. Like, yo, I just started working for you. Like I just became like a soldier in your army, and all you can do is nitpick. You know what I'm saying? If you're nitpicking now, you're gonna nitpick me later. That's what you do. So, not getting commissions, seeing the disrespect from the franchisee, my friend who is the manager at the store, he would always be on the phone, chatting it up with people, talking about non-work stuff. And so it was starting to rub me the wrong way because I'm like, I'm a grown ass man. These grown ass men who talk about running a business are dead, like being like children right now. And then the one thing that so I requested I didn't request a transfer. They told me that they were going to transfer me.
Mm-hmm.
They asked me, yo, you want to get transferred back into the Bronx so you don't have to make this 2-hour commute? I said, fine, cool. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was already like, yo, I'm going to leave this spot. Like, I don't want to work here no more.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold out because I'm going to get transferred. I won't have to deal with the people in this store like that, except for the franchisee because he also runs the other store that I worked for.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm only have to deal with the franchisee, which is going to be seldom because he's not going to be in the store like he's over at this because that was his main store or whatever. It's cool. And then the things that are annoying me about my friend who is the manager
Mm-hmm.
are not going to bother me, so that could, salvage whatever like bit of relationship we had. But then he did some fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
So on the last podcast, I explained that when I was 17, I had like an episode. I was going through like a bad breakup. I I got sent to the hospital and I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder at 17 years old. One of the things I say is I feel like I was misdiagnosed. I was going through a tough time, a lot of like stress and trauma and shit like that, and it was all bottled up and it just fucking exploded. So I felt like I'm not gonna say that I didn't have like a mental break, but I'm not gonna say it was like I have bipolar disorder. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they diagnosed me in order to get like insurance money to cover because I had no insurance. So like to cover me, they have to give me some type of ailment or whatever. So that's how I feel about that. They put me on medications as a kid. I didn't like them. They put me on like a mood suppressant and like antidepressants, and I just never took them. And then as I grew older, I never had like, I never in the what it's like what 16, 17, like half of my life. I've only had a few instances where I had to be hospitalized due to like depression or whatever, suicidal like thoughts or whatever. So, and I've never been hospitalized for more than like a day or two. You know what I'm saying? So, but my quote unquote friend, who's the manager, was speaking to the other manager to the store that I was being transferred to, a girl who everybody in the store was talking up and saying that like she was like super bad or whatever. I saw her, I was like, she's a regular person, whatever. But I had the feeling that my friend was trying to like talk himself up to this girl because he wants to get with her. And so in order to make himself look better, he tells her about my me being bipolar. But it's not in a way that's like, yo, he didn't come to me and ask me first, like, yo, is it okay that I disclose this information, which is something that you have to ask. It's medical, it's a medical disclosure. You have, doctors can't talk about my stuff amongst other people, so it's like, what gives you the right to talk about that? Yeah, we don't work in, what I'm saying, like, if I go to HR and tell them, yo, listen, he disclosed my medical history without even acknowledging, like, without even asking for my permission, that's a big problem. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I really want to quit this fucking job now, but I'm going to get moved, so it don't even matter. Let me just hold out.
Yeah, so when Zales came back home and told me that he did that, I wanted to call him and curse him out because it's like, why are you even talking about that? Like, it's not his medical issue. It's not none of that. He never asked Zales about disclosing it. He said something about, it has to do with the job, but it's like, if it has to do with the job, Zales would have filled out a form that states all that. So that would have already been on the record. So it's like, why are you even opening your mouth about something like that? So
Yeah.
I was like pissed off, and I wanted to call him and curse him the fuck out.
You know, but I told her not to because like I'm trying this new thing where we don't spaz the fuck out. You know, when you just like yo, let people do you dirty, take note of it, but don't do them dirty in return. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't fuck with them. Like, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So since that, you know, when that happened, like, I try to still keep it cordial and whatnot because we would still see him at events. He would, you know, we would still invite him out to things and he'll still show up and like this first. He's not a bad guy. It's just that as time went on, like, we have different principles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so like
And he changed.
he's very much like wanting to be in the mix and like getting attention. You know what I'm saying? Like being well loved for like, but just like being like loved, not you know. I don't know what the fuck. The people he's around, just I don't know. Like they cater to some weird thing that he wants to feel needed, even though he is needed. A lot of people rely on him. Like he does. Like I'm not gonna. Like, he does take care of business. Like he, you know, I will say that he's, you know, responsible in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it comes, like I don't know, but like wanting to feel like appreciated, I guess. Like he just goes to anywhere where like that's given, you know, and maybe because we don't really show appreciation like that, but at the same time, like people don't really show us appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, they used to show mad love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a fucking pair of studio speakers I couldn't use. I took them over there. Them shits got stolen. You know what I'm saying? His cousin took my speakers. You know, my shit I never got my shit paid back. Nobody ever said sorry to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's not like I hold a grudge, but at the same time, like yo, there's a pattern of behavior. People do things, it's a pattern of behavior, and it's like yo, I noticed that you don't treat those people like that. Why is it that you treat me like that when I do this and those people don't? You know, it's like I'm not gonna. You don't help people to throw it in their face, but like eventually it gets to the point where like yo, you know, you're just gonna voice, you know, your disapproval. So, homie talking about my mental, you know, problem, which, to be honest, like, it is what it is. You know, I feel a type of way about it. About like, I'm like, I don't even really believe that shit. That's one thing. I don't say that, like I don't suffer from bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
If I do have it, I live with it.
Mm-hmm.
I deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take any medications. Yes, I smoke pot. Yeah, I drink. You know, seldomly. Wouldn't even say occasionally. Seldomly.
Mm-hmm.
If I drink once a month, that's like a lot for me. You know, or if we drink 2 times a day.
It's rare where like drink more than one time a month.
I mean, I don't like to drink.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like to drink.
We drank once,
but now
last month.
Yeah, but I don't feel the need to get drunk anymore. Yeah. I'm not a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Like once I feel like, ooh, alright.
Yeah, I mean, we know our limits and shit now.
Yeah. Except for that one day, I was tossed that day.
What day?
That day of the cookout.
Oh yeah.
Fucked up. But
Zales was done that day.
Yeah.
He puked and everything during the cookout.
Tú sabes que yo me pongo porque me invitan. Which translates to, if you know how I get, why do you invite me?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. So homie did that shit. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go to the other store and I'm gonna go work at the other store. So one of the things that I realized very early on at the other store, I was being transferred because somebody else had quit. So that was already a bad sign. And so the person who I was an assistant manager, and then so basically what was going on is 3 people at the store were gone. One person was gone on whatever, on like some prenatal whatever, like I don't know, waiting for the baby to be born. One person was quarantined with COVID, and the other person had quit. And so the person who had quit, right, when I got to the store, I was immediately being threatened by people over what the dude who had quit done. He was fucking around with people's accounts and shit like that. Like he was doing funny shit. Pulling some funny business with people's accounts, which is like some fraud shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, you know, if you're a T-Mobile customer from the Bronx, like maybe, you know, even and then also the data breach, and all these things were happening concurrently. There was the data breach. There was a disrespect from a manager who was a friend. There was a disrespect from the franchisee. There was, you know, all this nonsense, right? The commute.
The wire for the phone.
Right, this is all stuff that I was like, I'm not digging this. Then they got to the point where he did that funny shit, you know, disclosed medical information without respectfully talking to me first. Which Madam says he moved like an enemy. That's an enemy move. I felt betrayed when he did that. I felt like that shit mad disloyal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck who this chick is. You had no business spreading my shit like that. You supposed to be my man. Like, you supposed to be my ace. Like, you my brother. You my right hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do some shit like that? I would never speak ill about you to a woman. You know, especially if and that's another thing too. I said he seemed like he did that to big himself up. So it's like, that's another thing too. Like, why would you speak ill about me like that to someone to make yourself seem better? You know what I'm saying? That actually shows how weak you are. The fact that you have to throw me under the bus like that.
Not only that, but it's like, why would you even have to do that when you know he has a whole girlfriend at home, a whole fiance?
Yeah,
they're about to be married.
Yeah, and I, you know, I don't gotta wander around or anything like that. I'm not a nice person. Like, I'm not flirtatious. I'm not, you know, I'm not none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I, you know, like, only person I'm flirting with is Crystal. I don't flirt. Not that I'm a bad flirt. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I got a whole wife at home. I know what I want. I go home to what I want. You know, and so I started working at the new spot. No assistant manager. No other assistant manager. Right? The manager who works there, who was the bad bitch that this nigga had to talk down on me to, she would never be there. She would always leave at 2.
When she was there, and then when she was there, she wouldn't even be on the floor. She'd be in the back talking on the phone about whatever.
So the store was being held down by me and 2 other associates who were also tired of their jobs, but they were doing what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? So there would be times where you know, we would close the store. We didn't know how to get through something because we're all associates. We have not been trained for this. I'm the new guy. I'm coming up with solutions by Googling shit. You know, whatever. Literally, like, there was a cut. Yo, I'll get to this point like in a bit, but like, yo, the amount of troubleshooting we had to do was ridiculous. And then I was getting threatened for the stuff that was happening before I even got there.
Yeah.
You know, because the store was in the fucking hood. Like, I went from like working in like a nice area where it was like you heard like the birds and like, you know what I'm saying, and like everybody
heard the
drive,
leaves rustling in the
and
trees.
everyone drove everywhere. So like, you know what I'm saying, like, but then you have to be in the hood where people walked into your store, crackhead would walk into your store. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to deal with people. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the hood. I'm not, you know, I've worked in hood places before. I've worked in crazier places before. This is nothing. But I ain't never had like the amount of disrespect thrown my way as what I've worked there. You know what I'm saying? I've been disrespected at work. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's like, yo, people really think like, yo, you think you see me in a fucking uniform, like I won't clock out and beat you the fuck up. I don't like that. I don't like that.
But yeah, so that happened, and we wanted to. Last week, I mentioned that I wanted to tell a story with the same friend that helped Zales with the job that happened earlier this year. Right?
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that happened earlier this year. So, and it was funny because before they came over, they had called my phone asking for the address.
Yeah.
You know, because they were going to take a cab or whatever. And we was actually on the stream when that happened. So literally, he called me in the middle of a stream that was live or whatever, and we're like, okay, we're gonna get off because we're gonna have company over or whatever. And it was already basically midnight.
Yeah.
At this point. So him and another friend of ours comes, and he has his girl, right? That we haven't seen her for years, and her sister is somebody we don't like, and we don't even necessarily really like her like that either from years ago.
Wait, who?
Telling the story from earlier this year.
Oh wait, so you said his girl was here.
His girl was here. I said two of our friends was here. One of them.
Oh, okay, all right.
So, the guy that helped Zales with the job, he had his girl here, right? And we didn't necessarily like her from back then, and neither her sister. So, we're like, we're just gonna give it a chance. It's been years, maybe something changed, whatever. So, it was them two, and then our other friend, who is she's gay, so she has a girlfriend who we met before, and she's pretty cool. Like, she's very laid back, she's chill, whatever, converses with us and all that, whatever. So
even though there was some crazy shit with her too.
Even though, yeah, but that's
not with us.
Yeah, that's not with us. But that's a whole different story. I don't even think we're even going to talk about that because it's not our business too. Yeah. But yeah, so she has her girl. So there's 4 people, and then our guy friend's girl had her friend with them too.
Yeah.
So it was 5 people altogether, right? So there's all right. First off, when they come through the door,
they're already bopped.
Not even like she's bopped. Everybody else was good.
Oh, everybody's chill.
Everybody's chill. Everybody's whatever. They can see straight.
Yeah,
like
she came in and she was already.
She was already like done. So, and they came here planning to, chill, we drinking, we smoking, whatever.
Yeah.
So, when they first came in through the door, first off, me and Zales thought this was corny as hell. They would literally dress to the T like one another.
Yeah, we're wearing the same shirt.
That shit is so juvenile. That shit is so juvenile. They had the same shirt on, had the same color undershirt under that shirt. The same color pants.
Yeah, the same color hat too.
It was so corny.
These are people who are over 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, listen, match your feet with your girl.
But the whole outfit, the whole fit.
Match your feet is kind of corny. Like, unless they're like staple shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, both you and your girl got Timbs. Okay, they're Timbs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, both you and your girl got a pair of Air Force Ones. Okay, they're Air Force Ones. They're basic shoes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all got the same pair of neutral color foams or whatever. Like, alright. But when y'all get into like, oh, matching, like, oh, we got like the same pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you do that shit when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
You know, and even
we
then,
used to do that. We were young. Like I'm saying, like that shit is mad juvenile.
But we cut that shit out like before we had the second kid.
Yeah.
I can't be here.
We stopped that.
Hey, you get your sneakers, I'll buy you whatever fucking sneakers you want, and I get whatever sneakers I want. We don't have to buy the same sneakers. You know, I gotta buy 2 pairs of sneakers at the same time.
So, okay, so how the seating was arranged in the room. Like, mind you, everybody had somewhere to sit. Okay? We have fold-up chairs. We use the workout bench as a seat that holds two people comfortably. Um, and obviously, the female friend we had, I've known her since I was in elementary school and she was in junior high because she went to school with my brother. So I've known her since like little. So we're like, okay, you're gonna sit on the bed with me, right? So she's on the bed with me and Zales, and her girl is sitting in a chair. We have the bench here, and everybody had a seat. So
I think we had extra seats at that point. Shit. Because if the bench is here, this chair, somebody's sitting here, that only leaves 2 more seats.
yeah, I think we had 2 fold up chairs and the bench. So that's 4 people, and then this girl was on the bed with us.
Sure, we used the bench that day.
I think we did, yeah.
I think we just used fold-up chairs because this chick was in the chair here. So that's 2, and then okay, I think we might have bought in the bench. But I think we bought an extra chair too for some reason. In case people wanted to move around or something, it was like
I don't know, but anyway, there was enough. The point is, there was enough. There was enough seating for everybody. So there was like this art cart that we had inside our bedroom that was plastic, kind of wobbly, and we had our printer on top of it. So
they're probably like art card. What the fuck is an art card? Yeah. So all right, so we have we have this like plastic bin thing.
Yeah.
And we put like a bunch of art supplies in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like all our printer papers in there, all our like.
Well, before that we didn't have the printer paper.
Yeah,
before we had like others. Like,
yeah, like
stuff,
my sketchbooks.
Yeah, it was smaller.
My markers.
Yeah.
My pencils. Now everything is like more organized. So you have a bigger art cart.
Yeah.
But it's literally an art cart.
Yeah.
Art supplies.
Yeah.
All the stuff.
Perler beads and all that.
All the stuff you need to make art.
Yeah. So.
And the printer on top.
Yeah, and the printer on top of that. So that's like the new setup now. But before we had that little plastic thing that was kind of wobbly, and we had the printer on top, and what you call it? So the printer is pretty expensive. Like, we can do many things on that printer, so obviously it's going to be pretty expensive. So she's there leaning on the printer. So I tell her, can you not lean on the printer? Like, if you feel like you need to sit down, there's seating for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and she's like, no, I'm cool, whatever. So she goes and she leans on the wall. So now at this point, I'm just like keeping my eye on her. Because we already didn't like her from years ago. Like, we already didn't like her. And
she's already acting like super like bop, like she's fucking trash.
Yeah, like she's the only one who couldn't see straight. Everybody else was chilling. So it was like after a while, like after they left and stuff, I was like, why was she the only one like that?
Yeah, but like so after the thing with the printer, right? You were like telling her to sit down, and she was like, "Oh, nah, I'm good."
Nah, I'm good or whatever.
You looked at our friend with this fucking death glare.
No, not even then. That didn't even happen yet. Oh, that didn't happen yet. Like this is the death glare was when I started to have enough of her. But then he goes, yeah, you don't want to break anything in here. There's a lot of expensive shit in this room.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, I don't got the money to replace none of that. Right?
Yeah.
So,
she then goes, what's expensive?
What's expensive? So we have, like, all my, like, Walking Dead pops and, like, other little pops are on top of the dresser. Like, our dresser or whatever. So she goes, what's expensive? Those things? And she, like, points at the dresser. The fucking pops on top of the dresser. Out of all things that you can point at.
Niggas was looking at her like, nigga, what?
Right? And we're like,
wait, what?
So, Yeah, it was just like.
So at that point, he realized his girl was kind of stupid. So he was like, no, not that. Like, he was trying to explain to her, like, I have a whole studio in my room, which, I mean, that's what I do, media shit. So yeah, that's not that. It's fair to say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she's like. I don't know, like. This stupid ass light skinned fucking Spanish chick didn't see like me for who I was. Like, she came in here, she was mad disrespectful. She was in and out of the fucking room too, like wanting to go talk to our kids, but after we put them to bed. It's like, what? What are you doing talking to my kid? Doesn't know you. What are you doing over there talking to them?
Yeah, like our eldest, he gets up to use the bathroom, in the middle of the night. And remind you, like I said earlier, this was midnight by the time they got here.
Yeah.
So he's going to use the bathroom, and then Zales then tells me that she was talking to him or whatever. So that was a problem in itself.
Yeah, because it's like
you came over to our crib. You should stay your ass in the room where everybody else is.
Yeah, why are you going to go disturb the children or whatever, anything like that?
Okay, Adele.
All right, you have a good night.
So,
that was the thing that really bothered me. It's like, what are you doing? So then when I went to him and I was like, yo, like, bro, like, go get your chick. She has no business talking to my kid right now. And like, I get it, like, my kid is cute, whatever, like, yeah, but like, yo, you're really out of pocket right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's just like, you were disrespectful. Now you're being out of pocket. Now you're in and out of the room. So it's like, now after we told her, like, yo, I was like, yo, go get her. Like, she cannot be, over there. At this point, she's being like adamant, like she wants to be like, oh, I want to talk. Like, no, don't talk to my kid. No.
She was just like in and out of the room, 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 and
wanted to be on the other side of the house.
Yeah. How our bedroom door is set up, like it's almost like a trap. It's almost like a trap because there's no doorknob to it. Like there's a special way that you literally have to open the door.
Yeah, we'll take the doorknob off the door.
Yeah. So obviously every time she's going out of the room, somebody who knows how to open the door has to get up to open the door for this chick because obviously she doesn't know how to do it. But another thing that got us, mind you, like I said, it was midnight, it's past midnight. So another thing that was pissing me off was every single time she went out there and then she wanted to come back in, she was banging
on the
door.
Yeah. Like
literally banging and kicking like our room door. So she kept doing that, right? So every time she did it, it got louder. It got louder every time she did it.
So that's when the death glare came. Right?
Yeah. So at this point, we've already like had enough of it. So she started really, really like banging on our bedroom door. I looked at this nigga with the only fucking face.
So at this point, I think everybody in the room was realizing like, yo, get your bitch and get out of here, because you are never like mean to people who come over.
Yeah.
You're always like the perfect host. Oh, I have a cake. Let's listen to music. Oh, I have what you want to do. You want to listen to music or watch movies, or you want to play games. We have board games. You're there like trying to cater to you're here with all our friends. You can't like she just wanted attention that night, and she was mad that he was here giving other people attention instead of her. No problem. Put those kitties to bed. And then come back and chill with us. I think it was after that point, like.
And it's funny because like I was giving him little looks here and there, like of annoyance, and then once that death glare came, it was like, nigga, you better get the fuck up and open that fucking door for this bitch before I drag her into this fucking room. Or better yet, drag her out of his fucking apartment. That was the look I gave him.
And at that point, everybody like we wrapped up and everybody left because it got to the point like, nah, she's being super annoying. And I think at that point, because something crazy had happened with like our friends who were here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the gay girl and him, like there some crazy shit happened,
Mm-hmm.
and the girl and the gay girl's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy shit happened. We're not gonna get into it, but there was some shit happened where they even got into a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that point, I realized like, nah, they got to get out of here because if you were to go put your hands on somebody, and if they would have tried something, then I would have had to destroy everybody in the room, and it would have not ended well because I would have hurt somebody. I was like at that point, and then it was crazy because after they left, like my mom came and she's like, "Yo, what's wrong with his girl?"
And yeah, like, what is up with this
yo,
shit? No, it was in the morning. It was in the morning because your mom was already sleeping by the time they left. It was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning when they left.
Oh, yeah.
So your mom was already sleeping. But in the morning, she comes to us. She's like, "What's wrong with that girl? Like, what is up with her?" Like,
yo, my mom don't say that about nobody.
She don't say that about nobody.
My
so the
mom
fact
is not
that
nice.
his mom's nicer than me. Like, so it's like the fact that his mom
was like,
was even like, what the hell's wrong with this guy's girlfriend? I was about to say his nickname, but but you know, she's like, what is going on? You know, like, what is going on? And it's just like, yeah, nah, there's something wrong there. Like,
yeah, but like,
and update, they're not even together anymore. They're not even together anymore.
Nah, but I think he's still trying to like be with her and shit. Like they're on and off. They're like one of those.
They've been trying to be together for like 15 years. They just need to give it up. They tried already. Like, what the hell is the point?
They're one of those. You know what? They want that fucking weird ass romance. Oh, we struggled for 15 years and then we got our shit together and look at us now. They want to do that shit. That's what it's all about. It's all. I feel like the whole social media, all this shit, got people really bugging the fuck out when it comes to relationships. half these people don't need to be in relationships. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, being in a relationship requires that you be a whole damn person by your damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be good for you, and if you got kids, you got to be good for them kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody should be trying to fix you or fucking like build you. Like, they should build you up if you're trying to get built up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you need and shit. Like, yeah. But like, it shouldn't be like to complete you as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people, like, yo, it's crazy. This dude is like always got this weird fucking notion, like a romantic notion. Like, this nigga used to really like be into my sister. My sister never wanted him. Mm-hmm. You know, he's basically into every girl he comes across,
which is mad weird.
And it's just like that means that if every girl is special, that means no girl is special. Mm-hmm. It's just like, damn, bro. Like, I get it. Like I don't know. Like, too many men don't realize, like, yo, there's more value in a woman besides like what she can do for you. You know what I'm saying? And what she could provide. Like, and it's the same thing for like men. You know, there's more to a man than the shit that he can buy. You know, like, we gotta understand that, like people not trying to break generational curses. They out here doing the same shit that their parents did, getting to the same fucking problems. Yeah. And this is some shit that I've been telling, like, I've been trying to, like, yo, and that's the shit, like, I've considered this nigga not only to be one of my best friends, but like my fucking brother. Yeah. And I've always tried to be my brother's keeper. And so I tell my brother, yo, listen, you straying away from the path. You doing this. Whenever he does positive shit, it's cool. I tell him, I encourage it. Mm-hmm. But then he be coming around and telling me some crazy shit, and I can't get with it. Yeah. You know, experimenting with certain substances and all that. I told him, like, yo, you can't be doing that shit. Think you're gonna be a family nigga, because that's not what family niggas do. Mm-hmm. You know? and then like fundamentally having like a difference with me as a man, and not seeing like nah, like, well, what do you want? You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because like he knows how we are, right? Like if you come to us just telling us certain things or acting a certain way or this, that, and the third, you should expect some type of backlash from us.
Yeah.
You should expect some type of look. You should expect a talking to.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Why do you think it's okay to get away with certain shit?
Yeah.
Like.
And we haven't even really spoken to him about the shit that happened earlier this year. That story we just took.
Yeah, I told him I wanted to. Remember, there was a couple times where he was like, "But remember how that shit happened?" Because he told me that like he couldn't do it no more with whatever situation he was dealing with. So I was like, "Yo, he wanted to, stay somewhere until like he got, like, because you know how it is. Like he basically like his whole family, like whatever, like on his back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he take care of mad shit. Even cooking sometimes, so it's like I'm not gonna like you got dealing with mad shit. I'm not gonna say that people don't be dealing with mad shit. It just hurts to see that like when you're like, yo, listen, like I'm trying to build the art, for the hood. Like, yo, we got all these dreams. Let's get this shit going. And instead of doing that, niggas rather go to black and white parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Go to your black and white party every once in a while, but like, why is it that y'all niggas do shit with specific friend groups instead of just bringing everybody?
Yeah.
Which is something that I've always wanted to do. It's just like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, I think the nigga, come on now. Like, everybody know how I gets down. Like, well, all the locals. Like, I'm, nigga, Ricky Ricardo out this bitch. We get this shit popping. So it's like, I don't understand why niggas don't come do that shit. Or go do like some other. And this shit changes, you know what I'm saying? Like shit ain't the same, I often think back about the old days and get sad, because it's like I remember back when we ain't have nothing, and the world was still ours. Now niggas got shit, but now it's more money, more problems. I don't even get to see my homie the same way because he on a whole different level. He on a whole different frequency when it comes to like where his priorities are. You know what I'm saying? And even though like we're trying to get to similar places, we're trying to go whole different ways. And so you gotta let people just go their own way, And sometimes they don't realize when you go in your own way, they don't respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, when niggas don't want to talk or whatever, I just let them rock. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird when people come to me like yo, when homie came to me like after a whole year, didn't speak to him for like a whole year, and nigga disappeared.
Yeah.
He showed up, he had a whole kid. I'm like, I knew he had the kid coming, but it was just like it was just funny that.
Yeah, like, we didn't hear it from him. We heard it from other people.
Yeah, and it was just like, why don't you feel the need to tell me that? And then especially when
because his situation, the situation he was in, he would have gotten an earful.
But then to go around running around talking about that you're the godfather of my children and shit like that, like that's also not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no dominion over my kids. You don't do anything for them. So it's just like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a weird situation. Yo, this little one got mad screenshots in both of these switches, yo. I have been here deleting. I am at 3,475 and it's counting down because it's deleting as like, whatever. It gets to the point where I can't even select anymore. Right? Deleting that. There was over 4,000. There was over 4,000.
That's crazy.
Craziness. I had to tell this little one, yo, we gotta delete this stuff. IT stuff over here. Having to explain it to them.
But yeah, so that was one situation. What's another like friend falling out? Oh, tell them about the battle you had with TJ.
Oh. I mean, I wouldn't say that was a time that we fell out, but
it was almost like you was already annoyed with him. A lot of people in the group were annoyed with him, and this was damn near close. And soon after, when everything started to fall apart.
Well, for him, I guess.
With him, yeah, with him.
All right, so there was a time where, so our friend group has basically
gotten small.
It's been cut down time and time again. It's usually like, now I feel like people have grown apart, but at points people used to get cut off for doing like weirdo shit. So there was one guy who used to chill with us, and he was like a talented rapper, but he was super cocky. You know what I'm saying? He felt like he was the best rapper in the fucking group. And then he would always egg on like niggas battling and shit like that. And so one time he talked about he wanted to battle me. And so I was like, alright, fuck it. So we battled and I fucking destroyed him. And after that, I put him in his fucking place. But like, it was kind of embarrassing because like the shit I said about him. And
yeah, oh my god. So it was like all this pent up frustration that ZALES had for him just came out in the battle, in the rap battle.
And then soon after that, like it's different.
He was embarrassed. He was embarrassed. Like, you had the whole room dying. Like, I'm talking about, like, there were so many people there. Not everybody could fit in the room. Like, there was people at, like, the by the door and shit, and behind
them. Out the hallway and shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, he was hella embarrassed. Like, ZALES had people dying. And that shit had, I was dead. I was fucking dead. Because I knew the frustration he had with this guy already. So
yeah, so it was like
was like extra funny. It was just extra funny.
It was a mauling for no reason.
Everybody actually knew basically like your frustration with him. Everybody knew everybody's frustration with him at that point.
Yeah, it's either this or he gets beat up. I think maybe that was worse. Maybe fighting me would have been. I mean, I would have probably beat him up really badly or whatever. And he was smaller than me, and whatever.
Much smaller.
Yeah, and at that point, like I was like older and going through different shit from the niggas in the group. So like it would have been like like it would have been an unfair fight. Size wise, like age wise, like it's so. But I think the rap shit happening was worse to him because after that it kind of sent them in a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to talk badly about people that like we've fallen out with. You know what I'm saying? Because like eventually we found out dude had like mental issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like that cockiness probably was due to like he being delusional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at that time we didn't know that.
Yeah,
we didn't know that at that time.
Nah, but it's funny because
we found that out years later.
Nah, but it's funny because homie still got beef with this nigga over the fucking this guy over fucking controllers. And so one day this nigga was like, "Yo, tell this, whatever," and then somebody was like, "Yo, this nigga said something," and he was like, and then before homie could even get to the point, he was like, "Is it about the controllers?" Like, "Go tell that nigga suck a dick, bro. Fuck up my face, bro. Always about these bum ass controllers, nigga. He's like, come get them." He's like, and he gonna come over there and he's gonna like, "What fucking controllers? You fucking 12-year-old shit. I don't got them damn shits. Get the fuck out my face." What kind of shit is that? Like, this is one of the shits too. Like, hood people don't fucking come up with logical fucking beef. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will beef with you over the most dumbest nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for the most part. Like, I'm out of that. Like, when this dude pulled that shit, last year, that shit fucking, I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm like, this reminds me of, like, people beefing with you over nothing.
Yeah.
Like, when people, like, yo, when I had a person talk negatively about me because I couldn't feed them because I was not home all day. What? What are you doing?
This shit fucking open a little bit. Shit fucking keep open.
And then that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. I had people talking negatively about me just because I couldn't feed them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like you shouldn't expect anybody to like help, especially like that.
Yeah.
And even then, I was offering to help them, but they just
they wanted the whole hand. Like they didn't want part of the helping hand. They wanted the whole hand.
They wanted to get fisted up to the elbow. Asshole.
Hello, Devin.
Hello, Devin.
How are you?
We're here chilling. It's a pretty slow day today. We're talking about how life changes
as you get older, how you grow apart from certain friends.
Yeah. So that's a somber change.
Mm-hmm.
I have a positive change. Started a new job today.
Mm-hmm.
Been fulfilling art requests. I've been a busy man. I'm also deleting a bunch of screenshots that my 6-year-old took on the Switch.
Yeah, Zales has been here just going through the Switch, just deleting so many pictures.
How am I gonna have games in here on here if they got all this stuff like this? Yo, fucking.
So many pictures, screenshot pictures of games and stuff.
Oh my god, I don't think I even got under 3,000 yet. This is crazy. It's also good when when things I guess your like relationships with your friends haven't really changed much, but they have changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're different from how they used to be when you were kids. Like you don't do the same shit that you used to do.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. Like now with and then we have some new friends. We have some people that we're not friends with anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, I stop being friends with people due to like their motives. Like whenever you deal with them, you ever if you notice it's always like a strange kind of thing.
Hey,
Madame is here.
That used to happen on this end too.
Yeah, I used to always tell them, yo, stop deleting games.
Yeah. They've gotten banned from using the Switch so many times for doing that. I'm about to go use the bathroom, but when I get back, let's talk about the new friends that we gained that are now old friends.
No, I don't want to talk about those people.
No.
I want to talk about new friends. Fuck talking about people like
growing apart from each other.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to focus on negative shit. There are people that that we used to be really good friends with, but shit happens. Like it's about the loyalty. That's what I was saying. Like I don't fall apart with people unless they do.
Do you see it now though?
Yeah, I mean she's chatting now, so I'm presuming she had to use the record. Yeah, but like I don't stop fucking with people unless they do some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't when I stopped being friends with that person or whatever, it was because like the person they were with was saying some racist shit, and they were going fucking hard, and I had already explained like, yo, this gotta stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She also had some racist undertones to her too, though.
Yeah. So then eventually I was like, you know what? Like I can't, people who feel so highly about themselves that they feel like they could talk down about other people, especially when in a racial connotation. When it's like, excuse me, everybody. I'm not saying everybody I know is a fucking bum, but I don't know no motherfucking ultra mega rich people. I know some people who probably doing alright for themselves, if that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like we live in the fucking Bronx. Like, I I don't have like a ton of friends who I'm chilling with all the time. You know what I'm saying? My friends who are busy, and if they're successful, they're busy, and I see them when I see them.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm with them all the time. Hello, all my friends. Chris is using the bathroom. I mean, I don't. Anybody else like loyal friends? I like my friends loyal. And these hoes ain't loyal out here. Sometimes being a friend to somebody requires you to do things that are unpleasant. I don't like people who think. I don't like fair weather friends. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't like fair weather friends. I like people who, when shit hits the fan, when worse come to worse, they still by your side. And when shit need to be said to you, when people got to be critical, they're there to be critical. I'm not like, I ain't saying that they got to be nasty about this shit. Like, if you got an iron fist, put it in a velvet glove. And what up, Austin? Like, that's what friendship entails. It shouldn't just be ass kissing. Like, you should never kiss your friend's ass. Unless y'all friends with benefits, you should never coddle a friend, and that's something that I've seen way too often in today's society. People are always with this shit. Your friend could be down bad, and people still sitting there, yes, saying all this dumb shit, and it's like, nah, like, yo, like, call your fucking friend out. Your friend is down bad. Like, your friend is out here thirsty or looking crazy or bugging the fuck out, and people don't say shit. People don't say shit. But if somebody's mean to their friend, you don't talk to my bestie that way. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Austin.
Like, if that's your bestie, tell them, yo, bestie, you fucking up. That's. I mean, if you're gonna have a rivalry, have that type of rivalry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, be at your best. So when I'm better than you.
So when I'm better than you, I can say I'm better than you.
Nah, but because we watching Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
he just said that
Yeah,
shit.
he's like, I want to beat you at your best.
Wanna...
Later on, there's no doubt that I am stronger than you.
Yeah, so KRYSTLE finally understands what a Super Saiyan is now. She's watched almost 100 episodes of Dragon Ball Z and all of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
But you're still a normie when it comes to anime, I think. But then you watch some obscure shit. I don't know. Are you an anime snob?
You an anime? I don't think I would go as far to say that. There are some good animes out there. Like,
I mean, you're like, yeah. I mean, it's a medium. It's not a.
Yeah. I don't think I could say I'm a snob to any type of media.
Yeah, friends aren't supposed to be disposable.
Yeah, they're not.
The friends who I have are my friends. When I see them, they're like, there are times, I don't see them, but when I see them, it's all love.
Yeah.
But there's people who I cannot like, get with or chill with because, like, fundamentally, they don't care about, like, me as a person or whatever. Like,
yeah.
So one of the people, like, the person that you wanted to talk about, like, I won't get too into it or explain what happened, but there were a coworker of mine that I was super cool with, and she was married to somebody who was saying some racist shit, like, it was OD racist, and then we were like, yo,
This is in the midst of the whole
George Floyd shit. So I was just like, yo, can you settle down with the racism shit? Like, can you just settle down with that shit? Because it's like, you're making it seem like you're better than a black person. But then he went off like, oh, my grandma's blacker than you. And it's like, my nigga, shut the fuck up. I'm blacker than you.
Yeah.
I'm black. My mom is black. My cousins are black. My aunts are black. My grandma's black. My uncles, my cousins, like, when the niggas who are like, some of my fucking favorite cousins and my favorite family members, black people, was raised by black people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my homeboys growing up, like, all of them are all mixed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like for you to like just be like, oh, but it's like no, but like we don't ever see you partake in black culture or hang out with black people or fight for black causes, but now you're here being mad anti-black, and it's like, can you settle the fuck down? Like, I understand where you're coming from, but like my whole shit is like it's a nuanced conversation. You're making this shit about race when it's not about race. And even then, the whole shit at then, like, a lot of those fucking Black Lives Matter protesters weren't black people. They don't speak for the entire black community. So it's like he was, so I was like, watch your fucking mouth, basically. And then when I, when I expressed to her, she was like, oh, you need to like get over yourself. And I was like, okay, so I can be bad because I'm a black person. I can be, and then her other friend was like, I'm a rapist because I'm a man. And I was like, but I've never done such. So it's like,
like implied.
Yeah, like so it's just like, so I can be all these things, but I can't call these people like assholes and not be friends with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, so now it's like you're gonna invalidate whatever the fuck it is that your friends do that is fucked up. Like it's like, nah, like you should never, like if I'm friends with you, I'm never gonna come to you and be like, oh, your friend is this and that because I disagree with them. Like I have to see them do some fucked up shit for me to be like, oh, your friend's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna talk bad about your people, if it's unwarranted. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even then, I gotta trust you. I gotta be your friend to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? What? The fuck?
No, he doesn't.
I got the hentai. No, that hentai is weird shit. Man.
Yeah, that shit is all weird shit.
Look, there's enough regular weird stuff with real people in it before you even have to get into that territory.
Yeah, like.
And even then, like, I don't know, man. That's some weird shit.
I can't wait often.
All anime has some weird shit in it, though. Sometimes, man. I hate, like, I'm like, yo, my nigga, it's like, oh, let's zoom up into this presumed fucking teenage girl's like ass, and I'm like, this is not cool, like, bro.
Dev, have you watched Evangelion?
Evangelion's the best. That's my shit.
Evangelion is fucking awesome.
Evangelion, or some people say Evangelion.
Evangelion.
I was like, so it's Neon Genesis Evangelion? I could have sworn it's Neon Genesis Evangelion, and because the Evangelio, it's not Evangelio. Can't even say it that way in Spanish.
Yeah. There's no other way of pronouncing that. My dad played a Spanish song on her stream earlier when we was jamming. It was just me and her at that point. It's just me and her at that point. And she had looked up the lyrics, like, in translation. I was like, just note that it's not literally an exact translation because Spanish is sent kind of backwards in comparison to English.
That's my song, though. I got that shit on record.
Yeah.
That song is so fucking good. Yeah, and this shit sounds so fire on record, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Evangelion is amazing.
I love Evangelion.
Who loves anime and haven't watched Evangelion, that is a must-watch.
Did you see the coat?
The coat?
The coat that I shared is an Evangelion coat. It looks like the body it's on Facebook. It looks like the body of the units. I'm like, yo, them shits is fire, bro. This shit is fire. I'm not skinny enough for those though. I have not watched Bleach. I wanna put.
They was fly as fuck. Willie Colon and Hector Lavoe on the cover. She was like, "Yo, they smooth." They fly as fuck. She's like 1968.
I love that time in New York because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like at that point, like motherfuckers was just embracing it. You know what I'm saying? Like the young lords was out here with the with the Black Panthers. They were doing lunch programs. You know, there was the activism that was going on here. Like niggas was, you know, Afro-Cuban, Afro-Puerto Ricans, Afro-Dominicans, that like they were embracing the fact that they were Afro-Latino. You know what I'm saying? People mixing because, of course, like, you know, this how I see it. People tend to mix outside of their race when they feel that like messing in their race is too familiar. You know what I'm saying? Because like on some real shit, like people like genetic diversity. You know what I'm saying? Like you like stuff that's not like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna like a girl who don't remind me of my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, of my cousins or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my sister's super light skinned or whatever because my dad or whatever. But like most of my family is dark skinned, so like that's what I associate with the females in my family.
Yeah,
dark skinned women, you know,
then,
who are Creole or whatever. So it's like it's hard for me to be like, yo, I should, you know, because if I dated, you know, if I were to date a Creole girl, it's just like I'm dating in the family.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It just feels weird for you. It's like she could possibly be my cousin. She could like,
and that's the way I feel about like a lot of like a Central American or Mexican or whatever. You know, so I'm like, oh, now I gotta mess with some Caribbean, Latino, so I know there's some genetic diversity there. Hey. I want to watch. What do I want to watch? Mad animes. I want to put you on to stuff. Oh, I have not seen Attack on Titan. I hear it's good. I've never watched it. Never watched One Punch Man. We watched like one episode.
Yeah. Dev, have you watched Cowboy Bebop?
I love Cowboy
There's
Bebop.
There's a live action coming to Netflix.
Yo, so did you know that me and Spike from Cowboy Bebop share a birthday?
Yeah, no, you told me that.
Like I was like, oh, okay, we're smoking cigarettes like Spike right now. And that music from fucking Cowboy Bebop is amazing.
Yo, okay, so one thing me and Zales enjoys doing on YouTube is watching orchestras play anime theme songs from like, you know, our favorite animes. Oh my god. Chef's Kiss. Chef's Kiss, for real.
Oh man, like when
it's beautiful. It sounds so good. It's so big. It's like it gives you chills. They be going in.
Well, I think Spanish has the European connotation, like Spaniard, you know, like I'm not a Spaniard, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and then I feel like there's a big thing like between like there's a lot of anti-blackness in the Latino communities, and that's because of the fucking white supremacy that like niggas they were colonized, like their minds are colonized, you know, but there are people who do embrace the African roots, like all rice dishes are African. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like arroz con gandules is just a different type of jollof rice. Paella is just jollof rice with fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like Afro-Cuban rhythms, it's all African. Like the drums, like cassava, all this food that we eat, like all this, you know, it's all African. You know what I'm saying? So like there is anti-blackness in the Latino community, but there is like people denying people's blackness on the other side of the coin because of like the diaspora wars, and that shit is something that like I feel like there is a bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like there are people they fucking deny my blackness. You know what I'm saying? Cause my name is Manny fucking Gonzalez, but that's not the name that's not my name. That was the name given to, you know, like well, even then, like my father's side of the family, even then his name is not even Gonzalez. Like his father's name is Hernandez or some shit, or whatever. I don't know where the fuck Gonzalez comes from.
Probably your grandma.
Well, so whatever. That's my dad's name. You know what I'm saying? So I take it and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But even then, my mom's family all got Spanish. That's not their names. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the language that my people originated with. Like Like,
have the bounciest music. Yeah. Yeah, the music in the end and like those fucking really good animes are like amazing.
oh man, I want to. I would love to see a black anime. You know what I'm saying? Like not like the Boondocks. Like I want to, but even then, I guess I don't know. I don't know.
You want to see more of a different type of black anime.
I want to see. I want to see African culture and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and
In the anime.
like Caribbean culture, stuff like that. Yeah, yo, it's crazy. Like, yo, Dominicans be looking like 1980s Michael Jackson, being like, I'm not black.
Yo, when Zales, yo, the first time Zales said that, I was dead. He even put up the picture of Michael from Off the Wall album cover, and it was like, yo, Dominicans be like, I'm not black. Me probably look like this.
I mean,
Yo, people that said on Facebook I was dead. I was fucking dead.
Yo, they be looking like Michael Jackson, bro.
Yo,
like Joe Jackson, Jesse Jackson. If you looking like all them, they're like,
Joe Jackson crew, like.
It's like, bro, it's like how they be racist towards Haitians. It's like, yo, bro, what? It's like, how you mad at them because they speak French? Like, oh my god, bro, like you just what? And then they be like, oh, that they Indio, whatever. I've heard some dude called like they call black and Spanish mix in throughout like throughout like Latin America they call it Prado, and I'm like that doesn't sound good. Prado, that sounds disgusting. Prado,
Yeah.
it sounds like un pedo. Tira un pedo, Prado,
Yeah.
Prieto. That's what it gives. That has that connotation. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like I would never call myself Prado. I'm like, fuck it, I'm an Afro Latino. Right? And people are like, what do you mean Afro Latino? Like, you ever heard of Afro Cuban or whatever? Like, but it's so crazy that like this is it's so our history isn't taught to us. Our history isn't taught to us, and so like people believe stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like people act like after people left the South, like slaves left the South, they stayed like, right? Like, how did black people get to Canada? How did, like, oh, so there was no black people who went west immediately when they're like, yo, if we go past the Louisiana River, we free, right? You think they just stayed west? They're like, you know what? Let's go to Mexico. Like,
yeah.
All these
and
people being, all these people, I'm
12%.
12% Cherokee. Like, hello, people mixed. Like, like people mix and mingle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh,
you a night stop. Yeah, nah, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, but that's one of the things. Like, that's why I'm like, even though my dad was, like a mestizo or whatever, and even though he looked Italian, even though he worked like a, because he worked like a Mexican, but whatever. And my mom, like what would you say? My mom was a black girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know exactly like whose skin color, whose skin tone you would say she's like when she was younger. Like Gabrielle Union maybe even darker.
Yeah, I think she's darker. I think she's more like an Oprah skin
like
tone.
Like an Oprah skin tone.
Yeah, your mom is very Oprah skin tone. Yeah.
Like Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my mom is a dark woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, and all my family on my mom's side is dark. You know what I'm saying?
Like your cousin, like some of your cousins have like the Gabrielle Union skin tone.
Yeah.
Like,
my dad's features are just fucking dominant because me and my sister should be darker. You know what I'm saying? Like we should be. But my dad's genes, they just pow. They were, and those are my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your genes are strong. Like the boys look very much like you.
So, and it's I mean, shit. A lot of old people racist as hell, man.
Yeah.
I think a lot of young people are racist as hell. I think race is too prevalent of an issue. I feel like we should have gotten to a point where, like, I'm not gonna say a post-racist utopia, but I'm like, yo, my nigga, this shit has been going on for way too long. Niggas really should not be beefing the way they be doing over race. Like, it really be blowing mine. Like, there be people, like, poor white people, even though I have more in common with a poor white person than I would have with, like, a rich black person, a poor white person would think, even though they can't fucking feed their kid, that they're in a better place than I am just because they're white.
Yeah.
And it's just like, get fucking real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that I'm like the best fucking guy, but like, I don't got no like debilitating addiction or disability.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to work. I am able to like freelance. So like, for a black guy in the hood, I'm pretty privileged. We went to go see 2 Broadway shows over the weekend.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about that in a little bit too.
Yeah.
Before we go.
And we were pretty close too. We were pretty close. Like
Yes, I do this. Oprah is kind of a dirtbag. Not a fan. I'm not a big fan of her or Gail.
Have you guys seen The Color Purple? I'm sure my dad has.
Zales ugly. That movie's fucked up.
Yeah, that movie is fucked up. Dale hasn't seen the whole thing. We started to watch it, and it was given it like really late at night, and we had to fall asleep on it. But
that movie is so grimy.
Yeah. Oprah's actually in there. That's why I brought it up, because talk about Oprah.
Harpo. Look. Like,
I gotta go to school. I gotta go to school. I gotta go to school. That movie is so fucked up. That movie is fucked up. But we gotta watch it. That's another movie that we have to watch, because we haven't seen the whole thing.
I do have to see that. You have to see Roots. Yeah. Behold, the only thing greater than yourself.
I got Miss Sealy braids now. Sealy.
Roots is fucked up too. But we're gonna watch the original Roots with LeVar Burton. And Alex Haley, the person who wrote Roots, is the one who transcribed the autobiography of Malcolm X. Like, Malcolm X was telling him, and he was writing down the story. So that's why it's the autobiography of Malcolm X as told to Alex A. Haley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I told Harpo to beat me. You told Harpo to beat me.
That's I love that movie. Malcolm X with Denzel Washington.
Yeah. That movie was crazy.
This is one of the reasons why me and Madam, like, that's one of the reasons why me and Madam bang with each other, like, because her love for Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'd be walking, like, when there's times I'm in Harlem and I walk past the Audubon Ballroom, I'd be pissed off. I'd be like, fuck this place, But they left it there because they're like, nah, we're gonna leave this place. Like, this place is immortalized now because of what happened here. I just look.
That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. The shit that his family was put through and all that. Like,
when motherfuckers was talking all that crazy shit about like coming over here, I was like, these niggas really want, like, fuck it. I could say it. I could say when these niggas was talking about shooting me and all this, I was like, these niggas want me on my Malcolm, and that's the last thing that they want me on. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm not fucking around with these niggas. These niggas is talking about running up to my crib, doing fuck out of here, bro. I would be at my fucking windowsill with the motherfucking, just waiting for these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was the dumbest. I'm like, this shit is the stupidest shit. You know, because we beefing over nothing. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if it was like some money involved, or like if I really like tarnished his name after like if he was like 100. You know, I'm saying like even the rappers that I talk shit about. You know what I'm saying? That I shat on, and their careers in the fucking scamming video. I had nobody over there like, you know.
Yeah. There's a new X series?
What you mean X series?
Like Malcolm X? There's a Malcolm X series?
Eh, there's an Malcolm X series.
Because if there is, that's definitely something me and Zales will watch. Like, we would definitely watch that. If that's what that is.
I don't even be liking to call him Malcolm X. I like to call him what they, you know, El Haj Malik El Shabazz. That's what I like to call him, you know, because that's what his name was when he died. You know, he had done his pilgrimage to Mecca, which even then is crazy because like I'm not like Muslim or whatever,
Yeah.
but I have a lot of respect for like my brothers who are Muslim. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like I don't know a lot of like Middle Eastern Muslims. The Muslims I know are from the hood, you know, or from Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, where's this on?
Yeah, nah.
Like, where's
she
this on?
putting us on
yeah,
right
she
now.
is. Where's this on? Because we need to watch that.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I know of Alex Jones, but I never watched his videos because they're motherfucking crazy. I I I feel like before, because you know, do you know who Alex Jones is? The guy who does what the fuck is it called? Infowars.com. He was they turning the frogs gay. That guy.
No.
All right, so he's a 9/11 truther,
Mm-hmm.
and like, you know, we all have like, we all discuss what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because like, that thing that happened, you know, that shit like, it don't sit right with people who live in New York. Like that shit shouldn't have went down that way. You know what I'm saying? So like, people have their ideas. You know what I'm saying? So he came out. He was one of those people who were like talking about it online. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on, things got a little fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? When where everything was a false flag. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that idea of false flag. You know what I'm saying? You know, like it's like it's an event that didn't really happen. You know what I'm saying? Like nah, that shit happened. That shit happened. You know what I'm saying? There's no psyop here.
Yeah.
There's no fucking psyop. There was no like nah. These motherfuckers let these motherfuckers get on this plane, pull that shit, and they fucking allowed that shit to happen for whatever fucking reasons. You know what I'm saying? We're not the conspirators, the people who benefit from this. Or we don't know what the fuck the reason was. You know what I'm saying? And like, it shit goes back years and years and years.
I wonder if Madame knows about Seneca Village.
Yeah, she definitely knows about something. She gotta know. She from basically that area. You know, all of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like, she rep Uptown. That's, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's just. You know, like we don't know our history, and so these changes we go through, they cyclical. Like we don't. I mean, like if we knew our history, we wouldn't repeat it.
Yeah. That's how this whole fucking pandemic even came about.
Yeah.
They didn't think about the Spanish flu when that shit happened.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we went to the museum, and basically that museum. Good night, Natalie.
Good night, Nat.
Basically, that museum is the Museum of Doctors.
Yeah.
BRB, piddle. It means pee.
Piddle.
Piddle.
Well, we're probably gonna stay on probably for another 15. We're gonna get off at 10:30 because I gotta be up at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So we're gonna chill. I don't know if we're gonna watch any more Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I don't think so.
shit. I can't really take my joint to work on, so I'm gonna have to wait till I get home.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to knock both those paintings out in one night, but then I got mad work to do. The work never ends.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but I guess when Madam comes back, we could go into the whole weekend with the
Okay.
Broadway shows, which we actually vlogged a little bit of that.
Okay, so we're gonna be editing that, so look out for that video coming soon. I gotta upload all that footage.
Oh, what I was saying was the Muter Museum. So
Oh, yeah.
we went to Philly. We did a day trip to Philly, and we went to 2 different museums. We basically went sightseeing, been mad touristy, and so the Muter Museum is basically a museum where it's a doctor's museum, and it shows. I'm gonna wake and bake tomorrow, and it shows basically all these different specimens, all these different like gadgets, and the final iron lung, one of the last iron lungs to exist, is in that museum. They have actual specimen of like actual skulls, and how these people died, and like it's crazy. That museum is very, very, very. It's kind of morbid. Like if I like my morbid like curiosity took over. I was like, I want to go to that museum, and it was actually pretty cool. Like
It was a cool museum.
it was a cool museum, but it was like you experienced it, okay? Like, you know, you don't necessarily have to go back there.
But,
Not unless you want to get like go to the store.
Okay.
They had some cool stuff in the store. Like they had these pens that that were made to look like syringes. So I was like, oh, these pens are cool. So we got some syringe pens.
I hardly take outside with me because I don't want people looking at me all weird.
Yeah, exactly. We take some regular pens outside. Those pens we use indoors, and we don't need people thinking we some type of addict or some shit. But it was just a memorabilia from a doctor's museum. That was it. But yeah, that museum was cool. We also went to the art museum, which we also vlogged too. We vlogged our Philly trip. We have not looked at the footage. We have not obviously edited anything. We didn't look at the footage, so that's also coming.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that. So like, one of the things, I'm gonna be busy, but I'm trying to come back with some content. Figure out like a system of editing and stuff. Even though I'm gonna be working like a lot over the holidays, I might be working 70 hours and stuff like that. So
yeah, he's most likely gonna be working 2 jobs.
Yeah, I got some shit that I got to take care of. So like, you know, and also that stuff for the family that I got to make sure that we're taking care of. So I got to do what I got to do. I didn't really like plug, like whatever. If you want to support, the link is in the description. If you want to, donate to us, even if you want to do $1 or whatever, you don't have to if you don't want to. But
you can also commission him for
you can
artwork.
also commission me for artwork. Right now, I'm going to be pretty busy because I'm working on a couple pieces. So
and he's also starting work. So.
Yep. So it's going to be a little bit, but I'm also available for commission. The more commission I do, the less hours I have to work, and so, then more content will come your way because I'd be at home instead of working for the man. So if you want to help me become more independent, and show some love
and support the channel,
Yep.
because any money you give us is going to go back into content.
Yeah, and you'll be supporting 3 channels, not just one.
Yes, because you guys already know this is our joint channel. I have my own, so the sales. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Stuff going to be coming to my channel soon.
This stuff gonna be coming to all 3 channels soon.
Yeah.
All 3 channels, because we have footage to go through and look at, and videos that we've recorded for all 3 channels.
I'm gonna be streaming Saturday Spider-Man again because we missed last week because
we went to the Broadway
we went
shows.
to the Broadway show, so
we was out all day. All day.
Yeah.
We left home at like what, 12:30 in the afternoon.
And we got back after midnight.
Yeah, and we got back after midnight because we saw 2 Broadway shows in one day.
Yeah.
The first show was the 2 o'clock show. That's the show that we left at noon for. And that was The Lion King. Oh my God. Like,
The Lion King is beautiful.
The Lion King was amazing. That is a must-see for everyone.
If you come to New York, get your Lion King tickets.
Yes.
Forget going to a baseball game. Fuck all that.
Go see Lion King.
I mean, you could probably go see the other big cities too.
I mean, yeah, whatever. You can do all that, but if you come into New York, go see Lion King. Go see Lion King. Like, that's a must watch. Like, it's just like, it sounds so much bigger, and it's just like so much amplified. And they use everything. They use the whole auditorium. It was just amazing. It was beautiful. Like, in the movie, the Lion King movie, the opening always gets me. I always get emotional and like all that for the opening. But watching the play, I literally cried. Like, I literally cried during the opening. It was so nice. And then after that, we went and killed some time. We got some food because we had like 3 hours to kill. We got some food and all that, and then we went to go see Wicked. And that day, we literally had no idea, but it was Wicked Day. So everybody was like mad excited. Everybody was like dressed up, and like all the vibes was there. Like, everybody was just happy and stuff like that. So that was cool. We got some memorabilia from each show. I got a backpack that I fucking fell in love with the minute from the Lion King. It's a black backpack with like yellow trimming, and the zippers are gold. And I got a keychain that I put on the backpack. I got it originally for my keys, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep it on the backpack. And Zales got a pin with Mufasa's head.
Yeah.
And for Wicked, Zales got a dad hat that says Wicked on it. I got a mug, like a tall mug. It's a green mug.
Have you used it yet?
Yes, I did. I did use it. And it's funny, so we bought those 2 items, and before we paid, Zales was looking at the pins, and he's like, oh, these pins are kind of cool, but fuck it, I'll just stick with the hat or whatever. So literally, a couple steps later, like, we just go up the steps, and right there was somebody handing out free pins to everybody.
So I got my pin.
Yeah, so Zales got his pin, but we didn't have to pay for it. It was for free. I got a free pin. So that was cool too.
Yep.
Really? Do you hear us though?
Oh no. The stream died on her end. Mic check, mic check. Oh no. You should still be here. That's strange.
Yeah.
Do you think it's nah. It's probably just a glitch in the system. It's probably nothing. But that's kind of weird. Well, I know we didn't talk about our new friends. I don't even know if they hear us. I think Madame was the only person here. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
I see that she's not even responding to that. So that's my question. That's weird.
Interesting. Well, for anybody who is still here, I also announced this stuff on Twitter. I will be on Saturday. Well, we'll be on Saturday. I will be streaming Spider-Man on the PS5. And we didn't talk about our new friends, but I guess we'll discuss that while I play. Because we didn't get into that too much today. But then again, a lot of people didn't come over from, so I was expecting maybe, there were a few people who showed up. But I think it's because this is the first go around. We gotta wait and also announce things a little bit earlier. I think we announced it like an hour before. But
I tell certain people though, like our mods,
yeah,
like when we're gonna be on and stuff personally.
Yeah, no, but the new folks don't really.
Yeah.
They haven't interacted with us. They just heard about us.
Mm-hmm.
So on Saturday, I'll be sending out tweets beforehand. But yeah, Jesus, busy man, doing my thing. We'll be here Saturday evening to play Spider-Man. A real New Yorker plays Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all your support. Thank you guys for all the people who've been here all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And love you guys. My name is Zales.
And I'm Diamond.
And we are the Carbon Couple.